It's the Hip Hop School.
It's that time.
Past and present podcast.
It's that time.
All regions stand up.
On your feet.
North, south,
everywhere.
east,
Where you at?
and west,
Huh?
Midwest.
You
Where you
know
at?
the rule.
Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Be grown in the crime called Prima, Fur, and Deja Rule, child. Get out your feelings, you get booed at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. You can't be mad cause you got swag and easy cool. Bitch, your motherfucking problem, knowledge rule at the Hip Hop School. You know the rule. Act a fool. You gotta be tight with your tool when you go to the Hip Hop School. Can't look like that, cause mental son got artifacts. The truth is cruel, but that's just fuel at the Hip Hop School. Past and present.
Yo, what up, though? Welcome back to another episode of the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast. You know what I mean? I'm He's the Dean of all things hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I got the desk of DA, the assistant principal with me. I got the principal down below, Supreme Raw, and I got the counselor in the house. We got Josh Prince kicking it with us today. What's going on, y'all? Everything good with you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It was a wreck when I left work, and somebody in a PT Cruiser had a wreck, and I was trying to figure out who's supposed to still driving PT Cruiser.
That's why.
After they done had the wreck, they probably don't even make the parts anymore to repair it. So it's gonna be a total loss.
A total loss. You heard me?
Yeah. I said not a PT Cruiser.
But yeah. So hey, we got a super dope special show for y'all lined up tonight, man. We're gonna be talking about BMF, you know what I mean, and their whole influence on hip hop and the rap game, and you know what I mean, how they kind of looked at and kind of held to this on this high pedestal, you know what I mean. So before we get into all that though, we're gonna start with our trivia question. Brought to you by Supreme's Pull Up, Desk of Asia, Litton Leisure Travel, and the Uhuru Academy. What elite Southern MC sung background vocals on TLC's Waterfalls? What elite Southern MC sung background vocals on TLC's Waterfalls? Y'all go ahead and drop down in the comments, you know what I mean? If y'all know the answer to that, if y'all got some guesses, go ahead and drop down in the comments, and you know what I mean? By the end of the show, we're gonna answer that question.
That's a good one.
Before we get into the topic though, it's been kind of crazy in these hip hop streets lately. You know what I'm saying? There's been some more trending events. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all tuned in. We started our daily show, Homeroom Live, this week. So if y'all ain't seen it, make sure y'all go run it back and check it out. But so this week, hey man, let me get y'all thoughts on the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation. Deja, Preem, what y'all got? Because me and Josh kind of talked about it a little bit, but what y'all got about that whole situation? What y'all think about that?
Supreme, you want to go first?
Go ahead.
Well, I think it was ridiculous. The reason why I think it was ridiculous, I really do, and a lot of people might not agree with me on it. A lot of people they've been saying that Tekashi 6ix9ine, he been cruising for a bruising. I do understand that he is a troll and he do way too much, and he be playing gangster and everything. And I know people be wanting to put hands on him because he a snitch and he a troll. But my thing is he told on some specific people in a specific case, and those people were threatening his life or whatnot. And so I don't know why everybody else is mad at Tekashi 6ix9ine. The only niggas that need to be mad at Tekashi 6ix9ine is the people he told on. Now, as far as other people dealing with him personally or having him in a circle, that's a whole nother thing. Like, if you feel like this man is a snitch, don't deal with him. But why you mad over something that had absolutely nothing to do with you? Now, I believe that he got beat up in LA Fitness over something totally different. It was unrelated to the whole snitching and everything. Right. I think he dissed Puerto Rico or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so when he did that, those people got upset and they touched him when they seen him. Right. Now, as far as them putting hands on him for him dissing Puerto Rico, whatever, it's still silly at the end of the day, you know, because now you stand the risk of losing your freedom or something happening to you, or you if some fines or something. They probably not finna go to jail over it or anything like that, depending on what their record is. But they might get dropped down to a misdemeanor or something. You know what I'm talking about? But it's just to even just try to go through that, to have a viral moment just because you want to say you was the one that put hands on Tekashi. Now, I'm not one of them people that feel like any adult should be moved to physically harm someone by what they say out their mouth that is not directed to them personally. I just feel like the shit is crazy.
What you think, Preen?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. You know, that nigga, you know, it's just one of them situations. You got people on the internet that talk shit, and if something happened to them, it's gonna be like, hey, it's not a big fucking surprise. You know what I'm saying? It's not a surprise. And that nigga really didn't get his ass beat. He just got scuffed up a little bit, man.
Yeah.
You know,
he got up, you know what I'm saying?
Man. You know, he got, you know, the Puerto Ricans just touched him up allegedly. You know what I'm saying? For talking that shit. It ain't had nothing to do with the snitch shit. No. And I just want to add on, comparing niggas asking what about George Zimmerman and shit. You niggas is stupid as fuck and need to shut the fuck up. And this shit is dumb, and you just be typing and talking. And you niggas just stupid, man. I don't like you niggas like that.
They only gonna be on the computer talking about what they would do, but they not gonna do nothing because niggas scared of the police for real. So it's you have a whole lot of people like I ain't gonna. They be on that rah talking about what they'll do, but then when it's time to do something, I ain't finna jump on no snitch because he the police. So which one is it? Right. Is you scared of you scared of the police, or you want to see him for real? Either way, it's like if you scared of the police, then quit talking shit about what you would do when you see the snitch. And to be quiet as it's kept, I honestly feel like the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine beat down was staged.
I was just about to bring that up. I was just about to bring, because it's been quite a few people saying that they think it was fake, they think it was staged. So you think it was staged, huh?
Yeah, because when he got kicked in the ribs, it looked like one of them wrestling moves. I know how people
cave their
body in, and you jerk a little bit enough so it won't really have that same impact if it was for real. It looked like WWE over there to me, and it looked like a wrestling match.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it was staged at all.
I don't think so either. Because I think if it was staged,
look like that vampire blood from Party City.
I think if it was staged, you know what I'm saying, they would have had the whole thing on camera. They would have had the whole, you know what I'm saying.
You know what though? You know what I peeped though? When we talked about it, after we talked about it, I went back because remember I wasn't sure was it at LA Fitness or Planet Fitness.
Right.
But what made me question it is what the fuck this security guard come from, and why you let this man go here by himself, and then when the security guard come in here, you don't whoop nobody. You know your job in jeopardy, bitch. You ain't been here, and you don't let me get whooped. Come in here and you ain't mad or nothing. You just grab me and walk me out like, yeah, I sent him in there on you. You know what I'm saying? That I looked at that like, damn, he did have security there with him, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where was the fuck your antennas at? So it could, I don't know. You know, like it's entertainment. So at the end of the day, like Jesse Smollett, whatever his name is, they do that type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You know, slowing down for me. I gotta get back
around his neck and everything.
So that's the only thing that made me question it, because the way the security guard reacted and how he came in so late, and he came in like he been looking for him, like he lost him or something. How the fuck you lose your client in LA Fitness? It ain't like y'all in the mall or something. You seen this man over here doing push-ups, then you seen him go to the bathroom. You gonna let him stay?
Maybe he's just not a good bodyguard. He didn't do his job. That happens.
I mean,
was that his bodyguard though?
Yeah, that was his bodyguard. That was his bodyguard. It's a guy.
I think that's speculation.
Yeah,
no, they
actually. I heard that there was some people from Planet Fitness that came in. From LA Fitness that came.
No, they actually have an article now saying the bodyguard set him up. So I don't know if it's how how true that is, but the black guy, because you in Planet Fitness if you go work out, you ain't in Planet Fitness in no fucking cargo pants and no fucking no black shirt. In
LA Fitness. And you know what?
Hey, that's Tekashi 6ix9ine. Ain't no telling.
Like they had.
You know what I'm saying? The black guy. The black guy that came in and escorted him out was security. He in some black cargo pants. He got on a black shirt. He ain't there to work out. So, you know, like he wasn't, unless he a high executive and just happened to be visiting that day, you know.
Hey, you can't tell nobody what the hell they supposed to have.
Now, come on, man.
Yeah,
if you work out, you know damn well you ain't gonna be working out no cargo pants, man.
It like he had got beat out his pants.
All kind of shit in there.
And that's the guy you 6'9". That's what I'm saying. So ain't no telling what he gonna have on anyway.
He had on some panties.
You know what I'm saying? But
that's
hey,
of the Lord.
But check this out. So I done seen a little bit or quite a few comments about Charleston next. What y'all think about
who?
That? Charleston White next, or they hope he next, and all that kind of shit. Same thing gonna happen to him next. He gonna get caught.
So they can get hit in the head with a railroad screw.
Hey, so what y'all think about this? Everybody just saying that, just you know what I'm saying. Period.
See the thing about Charleston, I know for a fact that nigga eyes always open and his head on the swivel, and he gonna fuck you up if you come at him wrong. You know what I'm saying? A little kid can run up on Charleston the wrong way and he feel threatened. He gonna fuck him up and then say, "Hey man, you can't be doing that." You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference when you know what you do and the consequences that come with it, and you ready for it at all times. And the man don't walk around with no security. You know what I'm saying? Like he out and about by his fucking self because he know that, hey, look, I said this, I'm gonna stand on it. Like he say, I'm gonna die for it. And if they come at me this way, I'm gonna fuck them up or they gonna get me. It's one of the two. And that's a way of life for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Some people get comfortable in doing what they doing and thinking that, hey, look, I ain't gonna have no backlash for it. These people ain't gonna fuck with me. Yeah. Charleston tell you he's scary. So he always watching it, you know, looking and he gonna be on his P's and Q's.
Yeah, it's just crazy how people just looking for it though. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of wishing for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's understandable that sentiment.
Some people, but
yeah, for some people. But I mean, it's the internet. People gonna say what they want to say, man. But niggas just be lying, especially Facebook and tough niggas. Come on, man.
Dang, never. I had made a post about something similar to that because when I was young and I wanted to do something to somebody, I used to be talking about I can't wait to catch them outside. I got tired of waiting for them to come outside because they weren't coming. So we pulled up to their house. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got down. Like, okay, we just gonna bring it to your front door. So my thing is all this, ain't nobody ducking nobody out here. So if people sitting up here talking about, oh, Charleston next, Charleston don't be hiding. So if he was next, he would already been got. He don't hide. So what are people talking about?
I mean, not even just Charleston. You got dudes like Whack 100. You got Hakeem Campbell. You got niggas that get on the internet and talk reckless every day, all day because they get in character and they do that. You dig what I'm saying? But they also know we live in a day and age where most of the killers somewhere mind their business doing killer shit and don't even know about nothing. Speaking of killer, hold up. I hate to cut this off. Man, look, your boy Gangsta, he's a serial killer.
He's a stepper. They call him steppers. They call him steppers these days, bro. They call him steppers.
That nigga is a serial killer, man.
They call him steppers.
No, he was doing more than stepping. He was tap dancing. Listen, I read that. I read that. Man, out of 40 people getting killed, this man, out of 30 to 35, he had something to do with it personally. Like, yeah, that's my body. Like, man, come on.
That's why that nigga be so calm, cool, collected. He got it.
Josh Prince said that man a drum major.
That nigga killer, my nigga. Killers,
listen,
types of niggas, man.
I didn't know it was that deep.
Quit playing.
I didn't know it was that deep with Buddy until I read, you know, the witness statement or whatever they put out on the internet for as like him telling. But like most of all the murders, he was saying, yeah, it was me and such. Yeah, we did that this day, and I did this, and
shit.
I'm going.
That nigga be telling the story.
Man, that's a psychopath, man. Like shit, Boosie better be playing with that man.
Yeah, I remember. I think man, you debated about 2 or 3 years ago, and I was defending Boosie. He was like, "Nah, that nigga."
You said you was doing what? Your phone broke out, or what's that? Mine? Yeah, you said what?
I remember when you had a debate about something Boosie was doing 2 or 3 years ago, and you was like, that nigga. I was like, nah, Boosie's straight.
When I was saying Boosie is a mark.
Yeah. Like it was something like Boosie a sucker type shit. I was like, nah, Boosie's straight. Boosie going outside, man.
I ain't gonna say
he going outside.
I ain't gonna say he a sucker. I think like
I ain't saying he a sucker, man. You know, I like Boosie, man, but
his moment in the character that he played is up. And the thing about it is, everybody not scared of your character. And then some things about your character, because you had a guy, damn, what was the little young cat name a few years ago? He from Baton Rouge. Give me a minute, I'm gonna think about it. He went on the internet and he blasted shit out of Boosie. He was like, I ain't scared of Boosie, but he down with TTG. What's that? He down with TTG or whatever the little clique is that G Money was in, and all them. Lil Ivy had a clique. Boosie homeboy that he be screaming out, but you know, it was a dude. He got on the internet and he blasted Boosie like, man, fuck Boosie. He a hoe ass nigga. He wasn't fucking with Ivy like that, and these niggas whoop whoop. He went down through there. So sometimes it's just like with most of these rappers, man, they character on wax sound good to us, but we don't really know them personally. And then like they've been living under this character so long to where like once we start getting the facts about it, it's like with the zero shit, it like it hurt our spirit because it's like, damn, I thought Buddy was just tough as leather, but it really wasn't. You nigga came across some money, you had a good hustle game, you hired young niggas who was crash dummies, who was willing to follow you and do crash dummy shit for you. But other than that, you wasn't no step or stepping out like this here. Then you really
wasn't no gangster. You wasn't no Gangsta Williams, huh?
Yeah. You wasn't no Gangsta Williams, and then Gangsta Williams, they say he like Booty, so Boosie better chill. Whoa. Now I'm not saying he do. I'm saying that's what they say. You a killer and you like Booty. You fucked up in the head. You something to do anything.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But come on, man. If you kill 40 people,
it don't mean to be
nobody.
He just like to somebody to sit on his lap every now.
He like a Jeffrey Dahmer now to me. Like I look at him like, yeah, that nigga a black Jeffrey Dahmer, and he might like, perhaps he do like that. You know what I'm saying? But he'll fuck you up because if he got 30 bodies on him, 30, man, that's a large number, man. How many? Like people piss me off all the time. I used to be a gang member. People piss me off to where I'd be like, I'll do something to him. But how many 30 people done cross you to where you want to kill him? Somebody had to be innocent out of 30 people, man. This real cool.
That should have been talked about for years, though. Even when he
but that's come on, man. Look now, y'all gotta be serious,
man.
Listen, we gotta be
crazy down there.
30 people. You mean 30 people pissed you off and made you that mad to where you took their life? 30 of them. But it's 40, but 30 you personally was involved in, and this slew of others.
Them New Orleans niggas different, bro.
That's what I say, man.
Listen. That New Orleans niggas different. Now, there's some of them down there. Now, I'll kill 1 or 2 niggas, but this nigga killed 30 people, man.
Listen, one of my closest partners from New Orleans, he's calm, cool, collective, but I still see a killer now.
Motherfuckers different.
And the thing is, that was the thing about Boosie. For me, it's I could tell when somebody ain't about what they talking about. Boosie, like you said, Josh, Boosie had crash dummies. Boosie want the trigger man. At
first, I'm like, I got a couple of partners from Baton Rouge, right? So when this just like the spiel they gave me on Boosie, when he was younger, he was active. He'll get active. He went to having money. Him having a name for being active, and like one of his uncles was active, and then like Donkey, you know what I'm saying? Like his cousin Donkey, like niggas, like they was really active. So he come in behind them and he caught a few plays, you know what I'm saying, on some gangster shit himself when he was younger. When he switched over and got in the lane of entertainment and started having money and having, he got the party drugs. He was the third man down there for a minute. So he got niggas looking up to his image for us having money, pulling up with the Charger, with the candy paint spinning rims. So of course they gonna gravitate to, damn, I want to be like him. So now he recruiting these young niggas like, man, yeah, you want to get you some money here, go over there and knock Buddy out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it went. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just no pushover. It just when money, and that's even in the streets today, when money come into play with niggas, they get this whole feel about this. I'm a boss now. I don't have to put in work. I'm gonna send niggas to do. I'm gonna pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And do all that there. Real killers though, like Gangsta, I gotta get back on him because man, listen, that nigga a real killer. Real killers though, they get a thrill out of putting their own work in. I can have $1 million, but I'm gonna go do it because like I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the nigga. I want to go get him.
That nigga a psychopath.
I said, man, that nigga a psychopath. And then I went back looking at some of his interviews, and he just be sitting up there.
Yeah, ain't too many niggas like that. That nigga like Lamar.
Man, listen, he like Lamar. No bullshit. No bullshit. He like a Lamar.
Hey, but that motherfucker Boosie though, the thing about it is that nigga, he was facing life. He was facing the death penalty.
No, he stood on his shit.
So he beat the shit. So that's why a lot of motherfuckers kind of look at, like you said, because he stood on that shit.
The respect factor of him standing on that when you facing life. I know a lot. I'm talking about 98.9%
death penalty, not just life. Death
they
penalty.
would have folded. You know what I'm saying? He did stand on that. Like you can't anything else. They can say whatever about the boy, but he did stand on it. You dig what I'm saying? And then the paperwork, they can say shit about, like, you know, he told on the laws about his jury, but nobody can say his paperwork where he folded in that case. That's, you know, like that's how you got ranked for that. But now you distorting all that because you going up against a killer for real, and he just really on some shit to like, nigga, you just accidentally did the shit you did.
You know what, y'all? I'm gonna trip y'all out. I think Boosie jealous of Gangsta.
I think he's standing under the code.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think Boosie jealous of Gangsta because Boosie, for some reason, he is fixated on Gangsta.
No, I think he really hurt.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think he jealous of Gangsta because Gangsta is the nigga that Boosie think he is.
No, I can't say that. I think Boosie really hurt because, like, he said it himself, like he looked up to this. And when you a cat that this dude named good, you look up to him and you like, hell yeah. Boosie
that ain't hurt feelings. That's jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, why would I be jealous when
Pain and you hurt, and I'm sad that you and the image of you has changed. It's not gonna make you turn into one of my enemies.
Honestly, though, you got to be real about it. If you take a Gangsta Williams, even though he a real killer, whatever the fuck, and you take a Boosie, and like right now, Boosie is like a hero to most motherfuckers, man, because of his music, because like even just because of the music he put out and did all that stuff. On top of he stood stiff on that death row shit. So when it comes to like clap and just like if you go to even I'm talking about young to older cats, you know what I'm saying? Our age to younger cats. When it comes to Boosie name in the hood and shit like that, his name got more clap than Gangsta.
Well, but the thing is, you thinking about the difference between how people see Boosie and the people feeling towards Boosie and the people feeling towards Gangsta. Of course, Boosie is going to be more popular. Gangsta done laid it down for so many years. So the thing is, I'm not talking about he's jealous of his accomplishments. Boosie is jealous of him because of the person that he is. It don't matter about who got the clout. Is in my heart of heart, I really in my mind and feel like I'm supposed to be the nigga with the get on the camera and say, I got all these bodies and tell that story instead of having to ask questions on, did I have a shooter? You know what I'm saying? Boosie got to sit and tell a story about how he had shooters. Not being
in people's mind, I think this is the case where two things is right at the same time.
And I feel like they don't want to be able to be who Gangsta is because he's too passionate about what Gangsta got going on.
Look, at first Boosie was hurt, and now that the propaganda is not going his way, now it's becoming jealous and envy. So I think it's a little bit of both.
I think now it's entertainment.
He said something before he went on Vlad.
It's good for
entertainment.
He said something.
He did. He said some shit. He said some shit about how he was hurt, about how, you know.
He said he actually used those words.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's now just all entertainment now though, because I know
pretty much
because Boosie getting paid $40,000 an interview.
But the thing about it,
he ain't dropping no music.
But
so
go ahead. But the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, that the point I always make is these niggas still playing these snitch games, and they playing it with niggas who actually still in there. You know what I'm saying? They still got, you know, still might be getting out. Niggas still, you know, back and forth, all that shit. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit, man, ain't.
The code is dead. Ain't no more code, G shit, nothing.
I feel you, but everybody, they exposing everybody.
Nah, I'm just saying, now niggas playing snitch games. That's unheard of.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what people fail to realize. It never was a code when it come to gangsters. Listen, I swear to God, pay attention to this here. When even mafia, the mob, all them, when they used to get caught, they'll rat on their enemies. They'll set them up. They'll use that as a tactic. it always been snitch games. We gonna give up the laws, but we ain't gonna give up our clique. You know what I'm saying? Now what they doing is they playing snake games because they'll give up their brother. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the gap, is like if we from over here, it's cool if we go give up them because that's like a tactic. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you my enemies. Like I don't owe them no loyalty. I don't owe them shit. Matter of fact, I purposely got caught to tell on them. That keep me from getting a murder case. They used to say shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Set each other up that way. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds smart to me.
That and it really is smart if you playing a street game to get your enemies out, or you go set this fool. It used to be like drug dealers. If you got a part of town, I'm over here, you pushing more than me. You not my people. I want my people to eat. I'm finna go over here and set you up, get you out the way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch no murder case. I got you out the way. Gangsters was thinkers back in the gap. Now gangsters, I guess it equates to being a crash dummy. But back then it was thinkers. Now it's like me and you, like just say me and Heezy go do something. The code is like, I know, you know what I'm saying, if he get away, boom, he gonna look out for me and do you know what I'm saying, whatever. So I'm gonna take the case. But then again, that go along with that. You got niggas that standing on their stick, they stay stiff, they take cases or they don't fold or none of that. Niggas will leave them in the penitentiary high and dry. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's no code. It used to be like, if I take the case, you take care of my family. If I take the case, you make sure money on my book and I'm getting visits. I take the case and you leave me out here for dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, most motherfuckers know what go on. If you done took a charge before or you done got a charge and you know how shit go, that's why the streets is not, I mean, it's not safe. It's never been safe, but like right now it's not safe because like shit, niggas understand logical thinking. Shit, nigga,
you not gonna need to get out the street and go to trading school and plumbing school or something and get trades and stay out the streets.
Yeah. Hey, so speaking of that, because we done got to the whole snitching thing and everything like that. Hey, make sure you know, if you're watching this and you ain't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all like this video, share this shit. You know what I mean? So we about to get to this topic. You know, BMF, right? So they came around, you know, as far as on the national scene, what was it, like early 2000s? You know what I mean? And now, you know, there's been a lot of controversy, a lot of conversation about what went on back then, how they got caught up, you know, the glory days, how they was doing it back then. You got all these people who is portrayed as the characters in these TV shows and documentaries and shit like that. The actual people now, they coming out speaking, talking, telling their story, you know what I mean? Shit like that. So let me ask y'all though, from because, you know, I remember when the shit went on, there was a lot of people. For those who don't know, I'm from Detroit. So I know a lot of people that got caught up in that shit. I know, you know what I'm saying, quite a bit about that shit. But anyway, from y'all perspective, from the outside looking in, what did y'all think about BMF when y'all saw them, you know what I'm saying, balling and doing their thing and then the whole downfall? What did y'all think about that?
I didn't know shit about them.
Me either. I honestly, the thing with BMF, I heard about BMF through this guy that I was in acquaintance with, and I guess to just impress or something, he let me know that they people. And I'm like, he was like, I'm kin to Big Meech. I'm like, okay, you know, that's cute, I guess. I don't know this nigga, but right. Anyway, he was like the Black Mafia family. And I think around that time it was this thing where they was dealing with Young Jeezy.
Right.
And it was crazy because I don't know any of this to be true. So this is definitely rumored, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even really know. I didn't even verify if that nigga is really this nigga cousin, you know what I'm saying? But that's what he told me. But by what he told me, he basically was saying that how BMF was set up, it was more so a lot of people will start affiliating themselves with BMF for protection.
Right.
And it was kind of like how a lot of these rappers do now, where they would start being affiliated with gangs and everything for a level of protection. And that's how the BMF thing, and actually it was more so he basically made it as if they actually extorted people, like extorted rappers, in order for them to be affiliated with them and gain a level of protection from that affiliation. I don't know how much of that is true, but that was my introduction to BMF. I later found out about, what they were actually doing in the streets and why he felt as though it was impressive to tell me that he was one of their relatives. And then he was telling me about, it was the beef between, I guess not a beef. I wouldn't say it a beef, but it was more so just a conflict between Terry and Big Meech, and one in the fact that when I think it was Big Meech, when he started wanting to get into entertainment or whatever, Terry wasn't really feeling it, because I guess it was putting that microscope on them or whatever.
Right.
And so he was telling me about stuff like that, but as far as like actually knowing anything about them as it pertains, like their artists and things like that, I knew affiliates. I knew they had.
That was pretty much what it was,
or whatever. But it wasn't like I knew either of them. The only one that I knew that was like BMF that was a rapper was that Blue Da Vinci dude. You know what I'm saying?
He was actually the only rapper signed to the label.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I didn't know them, and I actually feel like them niggas just made that shell company in order to launder and clean up their money. That's what they did. And I actually feel like it was so silly and that's another thing when we talk about gangster. And people got to understand there is different roles of people in the hood. You got gangsters, you got pimps, you got hoes, you got murderers, you got everybody play. You got the dope boys or whatever. These were the dope boys, and I don't really look at them as quote unquote gangster because why the fuck you want to go Hollywood? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
go get you and your shell company should not be an entertainment company. Go get you a trucking company. Go get you something like where you're not under the radar or whatever. Most people who really know who really gangster and really know how to maneuver the streets, what they do is go get them a low-key business and they get the money that way. The most that these people end up, a lot of them get caught up in tax evasion because they don't be knowing their part. But the real gangsters, the real thinkers, they do something different. They not finna be hot and try to go Hollywood and be known in the industry because guess what? If you go open up this record label, you still got to prove that this is a functioning record label as well. Because after a while, the people gonna be like, "How is this? What is this?" So I don't know. I really didn't get into it because it was just another dope boy story. So them niggas didn't impress me.
Listen. The shit was very impressive. Let me run this down to you right quick.
Run it down, counselor.
No, it was genius.
Well, it didn't impress me because I wasn't selling dope.
Okay, no. The thing of it is, he actually didn't start with the record label. He started with a magazine. But Meech knew one thing. I'm already a flashy nigga. I'm fly. Where can I blend in and be flashy and fly and make this drug money look like legal money? But in the early 2000s, rappers walking around with $1 million chains on and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they living this life like they drug dealers, but they rappers. They partying, they having pool parties, they doing whatever the fuck they want to do. And let me ask you this here. If that man would have got a trucking company and got jammed up, would he have the shit in motion that he got now? His brother came home a millionaire still. Like the way they hit the entertainment and the way they did it, because you got millions of, not millions, you got a lot of dope boys that jumped in the game. You got Supreme. You got who was that helped start Death Row?
Harry-O.
You got Harry-O. You got all these cats. They try to get their drug money and they try to be behind the scenes. Look at them now. They ain't making shows about them. 50 Cent ain't made no show about them. So he actually was genius in what he was doing. Shit, we already under surveillance. These folks already coming for us. Man, they had a big ass time when you get to Atlanta to say the Black Mafia family. So now, look at now, his son owned because of what he did. So really, in hindsight, moving to entertainment, when he get out, he ain't got to touch dope no more.
Yeah, in hindsight. In hindsight, but in the height of what was going on at the time when we're sitting there and we're just learning about these people, it doesn't make sense. But
where else can I be? What other business can I be in that I know? I'm a street nigga. I don't know math. I mean, I know math good, but I don't know how to go sit in executive office and shit and try to cover this shit up. Where else can I get in and blend in and pull up in Ferraris and Rolls Royces and we come to the club 100 deep, buying shit out, throwing one everywhere, and we look like we supposed to be here because we entertainers.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense at the time, but all them niggas got caught up.
But at the time, he had kids like Jay-Z.
That's why don't none of that shit matter anyway. Hey, niggas gonna get caught regardless.
Yeah, you gonna get caught
regardless. If you why do you want to be flashy and doing all that? You know, you are making this illegal money.
Some niggas, that's who they are. That's just like take Birdman for example. Birdman flashy, Slim not. That's the same thing with Meech and T. Mm-hmm. It's another Birdman and Slim. But we finna get caught up anyway. You dig what I'm saying? But the thing of it is, we built a solid brand. They got a brand now. When he come home, he got a BMF is a brand now. I had to go take my lick, but I was gonna take my lick anyway. This shit started way when they left Detroit. They was already hot as fuck. When they left Detroit and they expanded, they was already finna get got anyway. He could have did anything. He couldn't retire. Them folks that already had. Man, they had the name when they start putting them pictures on the bulletin board, connecting the dots. You can stop. And it could be 2 years later, they coming to get you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's coming anyway.
So they was already coming. So it was actually a genius of him to get in entertainment. Because look at him now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, man, you know, just knowing their story and shit, and just knowing the people that know them, grew up with them and shit like that. Them niggas was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? When they was little, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old, like they came up from the dirt, you know what I'm saying? And where they from, you know, they from Southwest Detroit. That's kind of like it's damn near almost another city. But you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up over there. You know what I'm saying? If you from over there, motherfuckers know. But you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, all that flossing and all that shit they was doing, they wasn't doing that shit here. They didn't do that shit till they left. You know
they went to Atlanta.
They went to Atlanta.
Meech
they
went
was
to
out in
Atlanta.
LA doing their thing too, but you know what I'm saying? They went to Atlanta. They wasn't doing that shit here. They wasn't balling and flossing. That's why a lot of people here didn't really know about them niggas like that. And the thing about it is, Detroit is kind of big, but it's big as far as like kingpins and shit like that. Like them niggas was on the Southwest and was doing their thing over there, but you had niggas on the East Side, ain't know shit about them niggas. And niggas on the West Side, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, so a lot of niggas got caught up because of them niggas too.
Where's
Well, I'm glad it worked out for them getting into entertainment. But to be honest with you, when it comes to that, I never think that's a smart idea for people in the street to jump into entertainment. And so that's not genius to me. It just ended up working out for them, but I never think that's a smart idea.
I mean, but look at all the mobiles.
You don't even need to be hopping all in pictures and shit. That's just how I feel.
Birdman had dope in New Orleans before he turned that music shit into like it worked out for the majority of the music.
It's always a couple people that
it's always exceptions, but that doesn't mean that that's
it's always a lot of motherfuckers to get caught up.
See, they went that way and they got locked up. To me, you know, you gangster when you don't get caught.
But this the thing, we talking about hip hop, right? To be honest, 90% of hip hop is funded with drug money. 90%. Look, it even go back to way back when, you know, they was talking about Def Jam in the group the other day. It even go back to Def Jam. Who they used to go to when they needed money and funding? They couldn't go to no fucking bank. They went to the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I got to clean up your money, man. I got an artist over here. Put your money behind him. So
but guess where the drug dealers were at, though? In the back. They want the nigga on camera and Harlem shaking and stuff in the videos.
That's true too.
Somebody in the comments said I-10 Harlem said they had multiple low-key businesses, not just music.
Yeah, they did.
And they should have kept those low-key business and stayed out of music.
But music was
they wouldn't have got their ass locked up.
Meech wanted to get in music because like he was flamboyant, he was a flosser, he was an entertainer. I mean, he was an entertainer. He was made to be in the industry, really. Once he started getting money, he had the swag, he had the cars, he had the talk, he had the look for entertainment. He didn't have the talk to be a truck or managing a trucking company. He didn't have.
Sometimes you gotta play the cards that you are dealt. If you done set this tone and you done set your life in a total trajectory. I went to modeling and acting school. I supposed to be in Hollywood. I supposed to be walking in Paris Fashion Week and shit. But my fat ass can't walk in Fashion Paris Week now. jump off buildings in an action movie or no shit like that.
Now you know why? You know why you can't do it?
So guess what? I don't get to, you know what I'm saying, make pretend and piece it together and still try to find some type of way to wiggle my way into that. So listen. People got to understand the trajectory of your life changes. Yeah, you flamboyant. Yeah, you got a big personality, but you a drug dealer now. So you got to act like a fucking drug dealer now.
Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. The only way you ain't jumping off buildings in Hollywood because you didn't want to do that. We do what we want to do. And that man wanted to be in entertainment, and that's what he did. And he did a damn good job because I'm already going.
You can't do both. You
he
can't.
Did both.
Sometimes he got his ass locked up.
He was already getting locked up when he.
I always say somebody got killed at one businesses, so it made it hot.
When he left to go to Atlanta, they was already hot. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. If you read all the books, if you watch the show,
I like my gangsters a different kind of way. That's the reason why I was just never impressed. I like my gangsters like Gangsta Williams, the nigga that's just
you like your gangsters that cry in the car.
Psychopath.
Yeah, I didn't listen. Don't quit telling all my business on here. That man told me he wasn't gonna do it no more. The thing is he wasn't gangster because he was crying listening to Rod Wave. The thing is, when you see that persona like gangster guy, where you wouldn't even, if you didn't know his story, you probably think he was just corny dude.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I like a gangster is a psychopath. A gangster is a person that thinks.
Well, I guess I like psychopaths then.
Yeah, you like psychopaths. I guess
I like psychopaths because these normal niggas. They not gangstering right to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like gangster, that's just like now. Big Meech's son, Little Meech, is in position because his daddy did some gangster shit. I put my kids in position. You dig what I'm saying?
That's gangster that his daddy did. He sold drugs, right?
I mean, he figured a way out of his circumstances. You heard this man just say they come from the mud. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They come from the dirt. So we can't blame drugs, blame the government. But shit, if you give me a way out, I want to get out this motherfucker. I'm going to do what it takes to get out. Shit, gangster, he chose to go get booted with boys and go kill motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? And he was a drug dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly. And the thing is, when I'm saying this, and I don't want this to be taken wrong because people wrong with shit. When I'm saying it's a certain behavior, it's certain ways that people that just got certain things in them, they carry themselves a certain way. Big Meech them, it sounds like based on their background, they were dealing with circumstances that put them in a position where they had to get out here and get this money, right? It don't sound like this nigga just was like, I really want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but guess what? I'm gonna do this, and hopefully this can fund my dream. That's what it sounds like. Versus you got somebody like Gangsta Williams. Like, in order for you to sit up and just really kill 30 people without turning the gun on yourself at some point, it's something actually going on inside of you. Like, this shit is in you. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I can't nobody teach that. It's in you. So my thing is, you position and you carry yourself a different way. People like Gangsta, they always was just kind of, you heard about them. You knew they was people that's out there moving or whatever the case may be, but they didn't find themselves in the limelight. So for me, I'm not saying that it wasn't a good thing that they actually did make those moves. So now, since they done got locked up and they come home, they still can eat. Yeah, it turned out great for them. But to me, I don't feel like it's a good idea for street cats to find themselves in front of the camera.
That's contradictory.
A lot of people are doing it now.
That's contradictory because Gangsta was in front of the camera. He was sitting on boys' laps in front of the camera. He was known in New Orleans. They was flamboyant. They was the wild group. They was the ones when they pull up at the club.
They were the goalpost. You know what I'm talking about.
No. Let me finish.
Hollywood.
Because the thing of it is, if you Hollywood in your neighborhood and you selling dope, it's just like getting on the big screen because the law's looking.
It's not.
The law's looking. Okay, well, how he end up going to jail? They both.
You ain't gonna even if people don't know you, they ain't gonna know that you're a gangster.
Gangsta went to jail like Big Meech went
got
to jail.
People that they know that'll do something.
Hold up, Gangsta went to jail like Big Meech went to jail. They both went to jail. So whether you in Hollywood, Gangsta wasn't exempt. He wasn't exempt. He went to jail, didn't he?
I'm not saying, yeah, if you're in the streets, you will go to jail.
So I might as well be in Hollywood. If I'm going anyway, I might as well go to where I want to go. I'm going out to this with a bang and make y'all talk about me, man.
You don't need to push that it's a good idea and it's genius.
And that's why they got 30 motherfucking years.
Right.
Listen, that man said there's never gonna be another family that do it as big as we did, and they gonna talk about us forever. We talking about them right now.
Hey.
Well, let me ask y'all this. It's just so interesting because I don't know. Just because you sold drugs, you did crime, you had a life of crime and everything, and then all of you get to get put on a pedestal, and that's the type of things that we glorify in our community. Like,
but listen, it's somebody in the
legends
in the comments. Mr. B is
the first niggas or last nigga to sell a whole bunch of weight.
You right about what you said. Even Mr. B is in the comments say BMF Influence ain't that big on hip hop. Everybody sold dope everywhere. NYC 80s dope boys had more influence. That's what I was saying earlier. They did what everybody 98% of hip hop is funded by drug dealers. You go to every major label, Bad Boy, Irv got in them. Death Row, every major label that had influence on hip hop was funded
Rap a lot.
By drug money.
We know that.
Hey, and to the people in the comments, this is an open show. So hit that stream with y'all link if y'all got something you want to say.
Is the link in the comment section?
I put it in there. Hey. So check it out though. So ever since the story came out, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all might know bits and pieces of the story. So what y'all think about the whole downfall and everybody now kind of pointing fingers about who snitched, who didn't, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. So then just in general, you know what I'm saying, about the downfall of these empires, so to speak, and shit because of snitching and shit like that. What y'all think about that whole
clout. Now it's a thing because they didn't got a piece of social media. They can't get retried or nothing like that. So now the people want to chase clout and want to have them a gangster in Vlad TV interview. That's all this shit is. Nigga chasing clout.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that, man. Because you know what, it fucked me up to see the old man on the internet the way he was. This nigga was on the internet, and like y'all know, I always ride for fam. You know, I'm talking about Jay Prince. This nigga was on the internet with a damn. He got a thing in his ear and he's talking on the phone like it's her. That fucked me up because it's like this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your lane, sit over there, chill. You got something you done built that's great. But this internet, it's
how's that nigga doing, bro?
That nigga say, yeah, man, tail whack 100. This nigga got man, like all that money you got, you can't get no AirPods or nothing, nigga. You got like this shit ain't for you. You move, it ain't for you. You know, that fucked me up. That day I seen that shit. Look, man, I started to unfollow my fam, man. I started trying to make some calls to get in contact with Junior or somebody and say, man, tell Pop to sit there. He tripping. This nigga got the string in his ear and he talking like this here. Like, now, come on, man. For one, that ain't how this shit go. And you got too much money, but the internet became like a drug. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you don't know
older people, they don't be knowing about that new technology.
That's the thing. You older, get somewhere and chill. You know what I'm saying? Your name good. You done built up this. You know what I'm saying? Like you was once known as the boogeyman. In a year's time, you done deflated your whole image trying to fuck around on this internet. You don't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you still, you know, you did what you did, but it's a new day and age. Sometimes when you older, you got to just sit back and chill because you don't know that you jumping in the lane that ain't for you. And you making yourself look clumsy when you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the internet done fucked a lot of people up, man, especially a lot of gangsters, because like all it takes is like crack. You get one hit, shit, now you addicted. You know what I'm saying? Like now you coming
on every show. Niggas going on every show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just, you know, I think, you know, even with him, he older. So this is like when he did the Drink Champs and he was telling that story about Jay-Z. Come on, man, leave that shit. You don't post it, but he drinking. He done got full of yak. He went, I remember that time. You know what I'm saying?
You know, old people, they get to the point they don't care what they say no more.
They don't care what they say. And a lot of people fail to realize even with that, man, you get older, your brain don't move.
I don't give a fuck about what I say.
Hey, Supreme something.
You ain't gonna remember either, man.
Hey, you know, but like, yeah, the internet
over Supreme, man.
It done fuck people up, man, to where they feel like that's, but then again, that's where the money come in at though. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the hustlers, the older hustlers, they know they got to learn how to hustle the internet now. You know, even with that, like with Boosie, I feel like you know, them $40,000 he get every time he get in front of the camera, shit, all that shit, that land he done bought and all that shit got to be managed, man. It costs money.
Yo, Black Socrates. We got Black Socrates joining us on the show, man. What you got to say about this topic, man? Hold up, because you know, I know you down there in the ATL, so I know you got, you know, you might have had like a first row seat about how they was doing it down there in the clubs, and you know about that whole thing. So go ahead and talk for a minute. What you got
the game twisted up, man. What BMF did was absolutely different in the game. Yeah, there's been other labels, if you will, that was funded by drug. I ain't gonna go with J Prince on 98%, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta, a lot of the labels wasn't necessarily funded by drug money, if you will. But just overall, even though everybody that sold drugs, what they did different as far as the influence on hip hop. Like I was down here trying to break into the industry with one of my artists ever, and literally the price went up on getting into the industry in Atlanta. The music industry is driven through the strip clubs.
Right.
Like that's one thing that's unique about Atlanta. You can play in a strip club, and the music directors will give you play on the radio. Most cities protect their radio playlists different than that. Houston job of that too, but most cities don't do that. But anyway, so in the game down here, it was normal. Go into the strip club. You're gonna hit the DJ off, DJ off with a little bit or whatever. That's just always been. I know y'all know that part. But when BMF came through, what they was doing to take over the strip club, just like they would buy the bottles and floss and all that type of stuff, what they was doing music-wise, y'all probably heard the story of how Jeezy at Magic City, the top, the #1 club here, they played his whole mixtape the whole night, type stuff like that. They was breaking off so much that even for major artists, I used to do promotions with another company for major artists. So the price went up just to get a regular play. And then for us as independent artists, you ain't just paying a DJ now. In order for your song to stay on for more than a minute, you got to start making.
You got to pay these niggas. Yeah.
You got to pay the strippers too. You got to make it rain.
You got to make it rain for the girls. And if you remember the influence, JD might have been the first to do it. I'm not saying he's arguing, but in his book, he wanted to take the claim for that because making it rain became known because of BMF.
That's what I was about to say. I was gonna bring that up too.
Yeah, even
BMF supposedly started the whole making it rain shit.
Yeah, he may have done it first. I'm not gonna argue with JD. You don't put a lot of bullshit out there. But it became normal around the country to make it rain. And because of how Atlanta was doing it, the music industry independently started being the same way. Your song will cut off in 30 seconds if you ain't making the goddamn flow rain while you trying to get your song.
Well, I take what I said back. Thank you so much, Big Meech.
I ain't trying to. Yeah, I don't no props for the selling drugs in 30 years. That's some bullshit that we glorify or whatever. He got 30 years. Let's not glorify that shit. But as far as influence on hip hop, the way Jeezy came in the game, I was here when Jeezy broke in, and it was different. It was kind of like mixtape doing what everybody else album was doing. It was
crazy
album thing. 50 created the mixtape game in a totally different way, and people were copying it. But the money they was put behind Jeezy's mixtape, you literally would see this motherfucker everywhere, and you still didn't know what it was. Like, why is this mixtape? Like, I went to a party with Jordan in it, and the mixtape was on the table, and we still didn't even know who the motherfucker was.
With that motherfucker snowman on there, with the big ass snowman on that motherfucker.
Yeah, they had a hell of a street team. They had a hell of a campaign, man.
I remember that shit. Like I said, I was there.
And so the price went up on getting in the game because of BMF. They obviously had the billboard. We was looking at the billboard like, who is these niggas?
They had that motherfucker up here too. It was up here too.
Before they was known, the billboard was up before we knew Jeezy.
So is it safe to say that Jeezy, if it wasn't for Jeezy, DJ Drama wouldn't have got as big as he got?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Even DJ Drama said
that's what I was about to say. Drama was connected too. He was connected to
the money.
Drama said that.
Hey, Drama name was on that. So when they decided to rock with, they had already picked.
I forgot about that.
They decided to put the money, so they gave that bag to that CD that I'm talking about.
What about Gucci? That's so icy. Gucci got the game, so that's so icy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what?
All of them niggas was affiliated too. Even the nigga, you know what I'm saying? All of them was affiliated at that time.
You know what they speculating that that's how that beef with Jeezy and Gucci came about over there So Icy because Meech wanted to buy the song. Gucci tried to get 100,000 off of it, and then Meech was like, hell no, I ain't paying that. So it kind of brewed some animosity. Blue Da Vinci was talking about that because he was actually on the remix also. You know what I'm saying? And it was supposed to be in a BMF record, but shit went to falling apart. And, you know, even Gucci wanted to get down, but they didn't want to let Gucci in because he was known as like a semi-some jacker. But all that kind of coincide with each other back in that game, back in the time when that shit popped off. You know what I'm saying? Even the beef. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, like even T.I. and them say, you know, T.I. was on by the time they came along. And even T.I. say, Meech and them coming to hip hop changed everything, even for them. Like that's a real
Pimp C talks about it too.
Especially, you know, it changed a lot for the Southern artists.
During the time, he was like, he ain't never seen nothing like it.
Yeah, for the Southern artists, it changed a lot because they was not only in Atlanta, they would take that same type of energy to Miami.
Right. Miami, yes.
They pull up in Miami like 10 Lambos deep and jumping out at Live and doing shit, and they looking like the big stars, looking like, who the fuck is these niggas? We ain't even doing it like this here. This nigga just came in and threw $500,000. What the fuck what he do for a living? You know what I'm saying?
So if you think about how Cash Money brought the blend, it's the game stayed that until they came in and took it to the level that we.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
man, that's a good point. I never thought about it like that.
What you need to look like to be on commercial wise, like that's still. Again, it's not even about props. It's just the reality of what they influence to the game. I'm with you, DeAsia, on bullshit for a gangster to be out front. Like, even though he pulled it off, an anomaly, and he really didn't pull it off. 30 years is a long goddamn time.
30 years is a long time, but the nigga, he about to get out. He only got about 5 more to go.
Yeah, you had that 30 coming anyway. You had that 30 coming anyway, though. He had that 30 coming.
30 years is a long goddamn time.
But you had that 30 coming.
Yeah,
I don't fuck. You talking about he almost home, nigga. And I understand. No, I get it. But you gotta be in that whole understand. That's a long time, my nigga. I guarantee if you ask Big Meech, he can take that shit back and get out.
Let me use this for I'm gonna use a Fort Worth artist, for example. Twisted Black. He got 30 years. Matter of fact, he from Detroit too. Right, you know what I'm saying? He got 30 years. You know what I'm saying? So the thing of it is, would you rather have the career of a drug dealing rap star who was kind of low key, but you got caught up on a whim, or would you have this flamboyant 30 years when you come home, you still got a name or brand? Matter of fact, you bigger.
Yeah, we're comparing the fucking two, but that shit is so fucked. That shit is crazy to me that you even said like. Right.
No, the reason I say that because you gotta realize.
I get it, but like the saying, our culture is fucked up. That's a comparison that we make.
No, it is. It is because
hey, I don't think that person that's actually sitting there in prison will actually say that they prefer to be in that cell for that long versus all of this stuff that they built that they can't even enjoy.
The reason I made that example because I was saying he going there anyway. He headed there anyway. When he left Detroit to go to Atlanta before he fucked with any kind of music, he already was on the chopping block. These folks
them niggas sitting in their cell, and this is just my opinion, thinking, damn, we just should have did the transportation company.
Like
Big T out. Southwest T out. I mean, he out.
He only got out because of COVID.
Yeah. Like what I'm saying is, it's like Hov say, it's like bragging about being the tallest midget. Like that's what we're doing right now in the culture. We're bragging about being the tallest midget. That's bullshit.
Bullshit, bro.
But Hov did it. That's how he got on, though. That'd be bullshit.
But that way of thinking is dying out.
That's his point. He didn't become the tallest midget. He got above that thinking. He didn't get caught. He could have. He know that's a risk he got. Had he got caught, he wouldn't be happy about getting out 30 years later. He played right and went straight.
I don't think Hov even had work like that, though. He was singing jazz old life. You know what I'm saying? Hov, like Emery probably had work. I don't think Hov had work like that.
That nigga hate no Hov.
Man, fuck. Look.
Hey.
I'm just saying, like, he didn't have it.
Hey, his crew stand by Hov being leading off on the shootouts. His crew stand by that.
Hey, so what else you got on the topic of the
both ways? In the car, bullets in the door, letting them go. His crew stand on him on that. They stand.
Oh, he might. I done did a drive-by before. He might have did a drive-by. He wasn't a killer like Gangsta. He wasn't doing gangster shit.
Hold on. Again, I'm not trying to make him the tallest midget.
Yeah.
So hold on. Don't take what I just said.
I'm fucking with you.
He a killer. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Black Socrates, man.
Who was a big drug dealer or not, and still standing up for the culture like that stands for something. We gotta get out of that shit.
No, I give his card. You know, I'm bullshitting, but I give Jay his card because of the jewels he dropped and what he represents now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying we all start somewhere. You dig what I'm saying? That was my point. What I'm saying, like, a lot of times if we don't get them experiences, especially in hip hop, to go tell the story, it's just like we'll switch over to let me spit like religion right quick. If you don't go get the testimony, you can't testify. That's the same thing with hip hop. If you don't go through this to have the stories to come back,
that's a hell of a right to pass. 30 years is a hell of a right to pass.
I mean, yeah. Hey, listen. I ain't in agreement
about Jesus. What Jesus walked 40 years.
Pastor Josh Prince is the leader of a wicked church. That's some bullshit and propaganda. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And I'm telling you, that's what it is. You the leader of a wicked church because you sit up here telling people, well, you gotta go through the fire, you gotta go through hell.
No, I'm saying like
that's a bullshit mentality too that we have in our community. That's a deeper conversation where we feel like we are. We're supposed to struggle and we gotta struggle in order to get what we
we're
need.
not supposed to, but then again, how can you tell me
other cultures don't have that mindset where it's like you gotta have a testimony. No,
that's why we different than other cultures though.
I don't want no testimony.
Everywhere else.
I don't want no testimony.
Easy, crazy. Well, I swear to God.
Fucking L. Everywhere else fucking world.
What
hey, Black Socrates, man, you know, you one of our number one supporters of the show since day one, man. I've been checking you out, man. You got some amazing shit going on, man. Can you tell us about this new book, man? And
okay, that's what
you got going on. Like,
that motherfucker sitting right here too, man.
I know it is.
I wasn't planning on it. I'm just in my spot. But yeah, I got Re-Education of the Negro, Necessary Conversations on Race, Sex, and Culture. There's a couple of pieces about hip hop that, you know, starts this type of dialogue. That's why I love y'all, because y'all keep it real. And I feel like there's elevation to the next level. We're not stuck in the place. That's why I love hip hop school, past and present, because we're challenging the culture. And that's what makes y'all different. Same thing we're doing with the book, just challenging the way
where can we get the book, brother?
Amazon.com, Re-Education of the Negro, Necessary Conversations on Race and Sex. It's clearly a red cover. There's two other books by the same name. Just get the red one. And it basically is designed commentaries to have conversations about the shit we need to be talking about in the culture. Thank you, bro.
I'm gonna hit you up first because I'm gonna need a signed copy.
Yeah, I'll get some on the first, and I can send you one. I got
that's it, my brother.
sold out the first batch, so I'm happy as hell about that.
Oh man, congratulations! Congratulations!
Yeah, because I know you'll love this, Supreme. I literally my last two. Somebody bought 2 extra copies for me to give away. I literally just delivered to our program called Help and Empower Youth. They're gonna use my book for programming of their youth. They meet with their youth every day of 6 days out of the week, and they got my book. And they're gonna use it for programming at their school.
That's the stuff we need to be highlighting and glorifying. Black Socrates, thank you so much for coming through and giving your 3 cents.
Hey, you dropped some jewels, bro.
All right, love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we got a new segment coming up. So before we get to that, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all got anything else on this topic, man? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, Blowin Money Fast, man. Black Mafia family, man.
Big Meech, Larry Hoover.
Big Meech, man. BMF TV show is, you know, I don't watch too much TV, but that's a dope show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Detroit Ripper niggas, man. Them niggas did their thing, man.
And I take what I said back, since Big Meech and them, they taught these men how to spend their money on women, because y'all know I love spending the man money. So they taught them, they walked them into, you know, how to blow a bag.
After they came in, strippers They set up through college and buying mansions and shit.
Hey,
yeah,
I love them niggas. They ain't never did.
They open the door for strippers to be hustlers. You dig what I'm saying? Especially, Magic City and Miami and all that there. You know what I'm saying? Like they open the door for that shit.
Yeah, it ain't none like if that's what he did. That is just such. It's so sexy for a man to just start spilling off money.
Hey, shout out to his son too, man. His son does a good job playing his father in the movie. Man.
Oh man,
hey, shout out to Lil Meech. Shout out to everybody from the D that got on. Yeah,
hey, his son really embodies him to the point to where it make you actually like Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? Because his son in there.
I mean, everybody liked him though. Everybody liked him.
I thought what would be a reason not to like him though?
Because he was a drug dealer and he ruined the community with drugs, like the rest of the drug dealers. I'm just saying, like, I talk a lot of bullshit on here. But at the end of the day, when it comes to that,
hey, like, don't try to come back now. We all know join your church. We got to get
I'm an listen, I need to get me a hat. I'm a veteran, an ex-drug dealer. You know what I'm saying?
You gangster Williams gonna be a deacon at that hoe?
No, that nigga, it go deeper than him. He's a killer.
What if they would leaders of the wicked church? It's gonna be Josh Prince gonna be the pastor. You're gonna have Charleston White. He could be the deacon. No,
he the pastor.
Gangsta gotta be the deacon.
Hey, Boosie gonna be my musical ministry. He gonna be they're gonna be the musical leader. Okay. No, but
you gonna get indicted going. That's a guarantee indictment. Fucking with that church.
Yeah, the whole affiliation.
They need to push your pants out that hoe.
Hey, but yes, just the last thing I'll say about the whole BMF thing, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? These niggas won the first, big empire. Probably won't be the last, but at the end of the day, you always see what happened. These niggas everybody end up telling on each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody end up doing some kind of time. Everybody's name end up being fucked up. Some niggas end up legends. But you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't make it through like that. So y'all all see the end result.
If you gonna do it, you have a good time like them niggas.
Them niggas had a blast, a ball, and especially Big T. Southwest T, he ended up getting the good end of the stick, but he was considerably the positive was the good one. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the game God will bless your game because he got out early due to COVID, but he was the one that kind of interjected all the time, and he had like a lot of he wanted to run differently. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to actually run it like a business and get the money and then get out the way. Meech was the superstar. He wanted to be the celebrity. He brought the heat on. He's still locked up and tears free. You know what I'm saying? Out here chilling. So, hey, look how the game go.
Look how the game go. That's what's up. So, hey, shout out, like you said, shout out to 50, shout out to the whole BMF, man. So, Big Meech coming home, hopefully soon. Free Big Meech. So let's get on with this next segment. You got it, DA?
Yes, our next segment is a recess. Recess is where we talk about things that is outside of hip hop. It could be pertaining to hip hop, but not our main topic or the trending topics that's pertaining to hip hop itself. So we about to go to recess, guys.
So, we started this little recess segment, man. Everybody got 2 minutes. Y'all see Ja Morant popped up on the screen, so that's the topic for tonight. For tonight's recess, we're gonna talk about this whole Ja Morant situation with his gun and everything in the NBA.
And he returned too.
Yeah, so everybody got 2 minutes. So starting off, go ahead, DA. Start it off.
Oh, I gotta go first. Okay, ladies first. All right. Yeah. So here's my take on Ja Morant. So Ja Morant, he's young, he's talented, and he's getting money, right? And so it's kind of hard for young people when they get a hold to a lot of money. It's kind of hard for them to maneuver that. So I'm not mad at him for, just getting out there, experiencing certain things. Ja Morant, he had a lot of negativity that has went on in the past that has overshadowed his actual talent, so to speak. the thing is with him is I don't like the fact that he decided to play gangster in a city that you just don't go and play gangster in. You know what I'm saying? Like Memphis is not one of those cities that you want to play gangster because somebody gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't gonna be for nothing but other than, oh, let me try to see if you who you say you are type thing. I think that a lot of people were upset that Ja Morant had got suspended for the 8 weeks. I mean the 8 games because he had the gun in the strip club or whatever. I feel like it was necessary for him to get suspended. The reason why is because he was going down the wrong path. Discipline is necessary. You know what I'm saying? He's still young. He's still wilding out with his money and the fame that he has. I feel like it was necessary because they could pull him back, give him time to think, and let him know, you know, this is a slap on the wrist. Like all of this stuff could be taken away from you just from one bad mistake, one false move, one bad decision or whatever. So I don't feel like it was anything wrong with them suspending him because he was doing way too much. Like we talk about that strip club incident with the gun. Ja Morant had other instances before that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he got a lot of enablers around him. So he needed to sit down, but I'm glad to see that he got back out on the court. He went out there, he played, and he got he put 17 points on the board, 5 assists. So I'm glad to see that he's back. But I think he learned his lesson.
Pray, you got 2 minutes.
Yeah, man, fuck them folks. Ja Morant. I don't see shit wrong with that nigga doing. Nigga, a young nigga with money. His only mistake was just putting this shit on Instagram, letting people show. Nigga, keep buying guns, keep packing guns. Nigga, go to the strip club, have money. You playing basketball, you doing what you love. You a young nigga, man, and this the culture. And man, fuck these white folks like that when it comes to that shit, bro. These niggas just embarrassed and shit, man. And your daddy did a great job. Your daddy navigated you through all this other shit, nigga. You a superstar. And do your thing, Ja Morant. You don't need no counseling. I know why you're doing it. You look good on paper. Yeah, man. I don't need 2 minutes, nigga. I'm damn Ja Morant. I'm damn the young nigga having fun doing his thing. As long as he ain't hurt nobody. As long as he ain't, getting situations with women. I know shit like that, like some of the athletes do. Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
That's what's up. That's what's up, Josh. 2
Man,
minutes.
I'm pretty much riding with Supreme on that one, man. Shit, like, I mean, if you look at Ja Morant in the history, he ain't playing gangster, he ain't playing tough. He been like a young cat that embraced the culture. You go back when he was a teenager, they put up Instagram posts from when he was younger, even when he was probably like 10 years old. He got on big chains and all that. He living his dream. You know, he might got a little overzealous and overexcited and kind of, did a little something in front of the camera. But I told you, social media is like a drug. You dig what I'm saying? But as far as like they making it out, how he, man, like I'm riding with your fuck them white people, man. Fuck them. Cause like this motherfucker's doing far worse. You dig what I'm saying? And I think now it just was a big old it's the media. The media took it and spent it and made it like, oh, he need canceling. He just doing this and that and the third. But let me say this. He do need to watch his company because like he said, the gun one heals and a lot of stuff like a lot of people that don't have shit around you can help you lose everything. Now that's one thing he should do, watch the company he's keeping. But as far as him living his life and embracing the culture the way he do, keep on coming out dancing, doing the little dance, keep on being live lit. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of a modern day AI. You dig what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with what he got going on. You know, and that's the thing. He young. He making a mistake. And again, to piggyback off of Rock, with his father, you got all these old lame ass basketball players and celebrities and other motherfuckers talking about, oh, his daddy need to get him in check. Man, I got my son to one of the highest elite levels in the world, coming from where we came from. Man, I done did my job. He gonna bump his head, he gonna make mistakes, but just stay tuned because he gonna be a great. You know what I'm saying? And y'all gonna eat that shit up like y'all did with AI. That's it.
I like he kept his hair.
Yo. So, you know what I'm saying? My 2 minutes, man. You know, I pretty much, I'm gonna sum up with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Just sum up with everybody, some of what everybody said. Because I kind of agree with some of what everybody said. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, you know what I'm saying? He embracing the culture and all that shit, but you know what I'm saying? When you look at how he grew up, he grew up as a privileged kid. Like we talked about how Jay Prince Jr., you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. And sometimes when privileged kids, they go that way, you know what I'm saying, when they don't have to, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, yeah, embrace the culture and all that shit, but you know, as long as you ain't doing nothing illegal, he ain't got no charges for it, you know what I'm saying, nothing like that. So, you know what I mean? But you a $200 million motherfucker, man, and you can't do nothing illegal or nothing to fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta at some point be smarter than that. And it wasn't shit but showing a gun, and that ain't really shit. But you know, like I said, as long as it wasn't illegal, but if you on that path to doing some illegal shit, because that ain't the only thing he had some other, you know what I'm saying, little incidents today that kind of brought up too about socking somebody and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my only thing, man. Just be careful. He done got away with everything so far. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful, don't fuck your money up. You know what I'm saying? And keep it rolling. Salute to him. That's all I got to say. And that's recess for today. Come check us out.
Yes, indeed. So now we got to get into our school post. Like we do each and every week, we incorporate a post from the school. This week's school post is the best year in hip hop was 1988. 88. Y'all agree with that?
Cap.
I ain't mad at it.
What came out in 88? So what was that? LL, EPMD, Raquel,
Public Enemy, KRS-One.
Man, the best year in hip hop was
NWA.
96. 96 was the best
1996.
96.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with 96.
I ain't mad at it.
I like 98 too. I think it's between 98
I
and
already told y'all, man. I'm sold up on the fact that I feel like 80s hip hop was better than 90s hip hop.
And while y'all playing, 2005 was a hot ass year in hip hop too.
I love
2005 was crazy.
So let me ask Preem this question.
Yes, sir.
What makes you feel like 80s hip hop was better than 90s hip hop?
It was just the energy was different. It was creative.
I feel you on that part.
Didn't nobody sound alike.
Energy.
It was the energy, bro. Like when I throw on my 80s playlist, I get an urge to get up, move around, work out. You know.
You know what?
When I throw on my 90s playlist,
what is your top 5 songs? I mean, give me 5 songs off your 80s playlist. When I
play my 90s playlist, I want to chill and smoke. You know what I'm saying? And listen to the words and shit. My 80s top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Rock the Bells. KRS-One, My Philosophy. Ice-T, 6 in the Morning. Too Short, Born to Mac. EPMD, You Got to Chill. I go on and on, my nigga. It's say, bruh, Rakim, I Ain't No Joke. Public Enemy, Rebel Without a Pause.
I can groove with it. I can groove with you on everything.
My Adidas.
You had to be there. You had to be there though.
MC
you know what I'm saying about it.
I was just for that 80s, baby.
Hey, this y'all homework assignment. When y'all get off this or sometime night, play MC like Paper Thin.
Listen,
we heard that song before.
Listen.
I know, but listen again.
Friend. I'm an 80s baby. You know what I'm saying?
And then play me an X.
It's a big difference. What more can I say with top billing? Listen, I'm an 80s baby. I came up on the box. You know what I'm saying? The box. Right, you remember like when I used to run home from school to go watch because I thought this shit was so cool.
Yeah, you had to pay $1 if you wanted to select your own song.
And then like 6 in the morning, police at my door.
6 in the morning.
To do the squeak the cause of bad.
But man, niggas ain't fucking with the 90s, man.
The niggas was coming in different, the intros, I don't know, bro.
But we talking about we got to keep it in perspective because we talking about the year and what dropped that year.
Right. We kind of spilled over into the 80s and 90s, but I give you that. I ain't saying I'm rocking with it, but I give you that because just today I was having a conversation with somebody about that self-destruction song and then how they did it on the West.
Oh, that was fire.
Man, that shit was fire. So I kind of can blend.
Was that 90? That wasn't
89, 90.
That might have been 90.
That was 90s, really.
90, 91.
Self-destruction was 89, right?
No, that was like
that might have been
91.
90 or 91.
Yep,
Okay,
the
that might have
Because
been.
NWA when they did the West, so that's
Yeah,
what
that
made me
was
say that. Hey, look,
Somebody in the comments do the research.
Nah,
yeah,
it
y'all
was.
do.
I think
Matter
it
of
was
fact,
the 90s.
that's one of our
That's the
assignments.
question.
I'm gonna do that as an assignment.
I tell hard to say I play 80s hip hop for the kids that don't even like hip hop and they love it.
I mean, it definitely was a vibe. It definitely was.
Well,
a
he's
vibe.
talking about 80s. He's having a conversation about 80s hip hop. Having a conversation about the year of 88.
The year 88.
Well, it bloomed from that. It bloomed from that. 88 encompasses the.
I mean, it was a great year.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
that's
it was
what
coming
made
in.
the
That was
post
coming into a lot of shit.
Okay,
But
so let's pull this post back up. The post said
We know what
the best year in hip hop was 88. So y'all, so you're Supreme. You're saying even though you're 80s, you love the 80s. You take the 80s over the 90s. Do you feel as 88 was actually the best year of the 80s?
Not necessarily.
I think it was either 89.
Whoever made that statement, I'm not mad at. You can't really say nah. That's how dope it was.
Yeah, it was vibe in the 80s. You had Rick.
If you say 96, I can't say nah. I can't say 94, 95, 96.
Because it's like the to be honest, it was
92.
Like when you get the late 80s and then you get shit 2000s. Like really, and like when the 2000s hit, it kind of had fell off a little bit.
Yeah.
And it picked back up in 05. 05, I'm talking about that shit, man. Lil Kim came out with the Make It Through.
05, by 02 it got back
came out with Savage Life, man. That man, 05, man. They could
05 was tough.
Thing.
04, 05, go in around that time.
Man, 05.
When did that Boys in the Hood hit when Jeezy said if it's taking too long to lock?
That's around that time. That's what 04. Yeah, 04.
He was short anyway, so break a stack.
Oh, baby.
Yeah,
that's why I think because he taught them niggas how to spend their money. 05 was the year for me, goddamn. Oh, I love.
Hey, that's great. I think that was the year the nigga got locked up too. It's around that time.
While we on this topic, let me ask this question. It's kind of left field, you know what I'm saying? But it was I forgot who it was. One of y'all gonna say the name. It was a female. She made a comment. I think she have a show or whatever by Young Jock and his what he did in the early 2000s. What y'all feel about what he contributed to hip hop in the early
when that girl when the interviewer had asked her how he been surviving off that one hit.
Young Jock, he had a nice little year and a half run.
Yeah. Hey man, like in his era when he really kind of ran that shit a little bit. He had
Jock was that guy.
Yeah, Jock, like now he kind of corny a little bit, but
he was mediocre. He was like middle of the pack, really.
Oh,
he wasn't on Ti. Nigga, he wasn't on Ti.
Jock was around with them trap boys.
Yeah,
Jock wasn't trap. Jock was Snap.
He was Snap.
Him,
D4L.
He was the leader of the pack with
Snap. I give him that.
You know, they had a different vibe from Atlanta, but he had that. That's around the time when the dope boys, after they sell dope, they want to go in the club and party. Young Jock had that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he had that shit.
He had a few.
Yeah. So he had a few little bops and shit.
If you was in the mix during that time, you was bumping Young Jock.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I think out of Atlanta that time, him and Gorilla Zoe, they was.
Oh, I was just gonna mention Gorilla Zoe. What happened to? Because I love that song. That I'm lost.
Young Bloods, Lil Scrappy.
Man, say people be sleeping on Young Bloods, man.
No.
Young Blood was kind of.
I really didn't fuck with them because I feel like the nigga was trying to sound like Pimp C, and Pimp C dissed them niggas. So you know.
Did he ride with Pimp? You understand me?
Hey, but listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the song that Young Jock song, that song Juice Box.
Make it Juice Box with they used to get you some coochie after the club.
Yeah. That's all that ATL strip club.
Juice Box with, you understand me? Yeah. That's when XP.
That lady was playing in Jock's face. That lady really playing.
It's gonna have to be 90. It's gonna have to be 90 something for me. It's probably like 96, but I think I might have to go with 90. I don't know, man. I like 98 too, though. 98 was hard.
It's between 96 and 98 because that 96 to 98 run for music.
Because listen, 98 was No Limit and Cash Money. That's when they was really doing their thing too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a lot of
DMX, that was DMX, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then you had like a lot of just groovy shit. When did Fifth Ward Boys come out with that Pussy Weed and Alcohol?
90.
That was like early 90s. That was like 94 or something.
No, that was like
2000. That was
98 or something like that. No, that had to be 98, 97, 98.
Yeah, 97.
Because you had fuck faces. You had Scarface had that fuck faces.
Yeah, because they kind of had transition from the gangster shit to the player shit.
Yeah, you had Too Short and Lil Kim. Call me when you need somebody to come through something.
That was in the 90s.
That was like 98. Yeah,
that was that 96, 98 run up in there. Yeah. That 96 through 98, man, that shit was live, man.
Everybody know the king get down dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody from the West Coast. You had the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, still doing their thing and all that shit too. So, you know what I mean, Snoop and all that shit.
Someone on the other line answer that. If it's a booty call, cancel that. Oh,
you said short. You said short too. Yeah.
I started to make a post and see what was the better Lil Kim feature. Was it that with Too Short or the one she did with Mobb Deep? What was that?
Too Short to me. But
I think Quiet Storm, bro.
The Quiet Storm.
The Quiet Storm. The Quiet Storm is more popular. But I feel like the one with Short was the better feature.
Yeah. I like it was a better vibe. Like
they both was dope.
Yeah, they both dope. But I'm gonna have to go with that Quiet Storm overall.
That Quiet Storm was next level.
Man, it's next level. That beat, that beat was different.
Kim saved that damn song to me because that's the only reason why I wanted to listen to it because of Kim, to be honest.
The Quiet
Storm. I mean, she killed it. She killed them niggas on that shit.
I'm asking that question because I'm
the infamous mob anyway. So
on both features, she carried the song, even with her Too Short. She carried the song.
The wackest feature was Kim was that candy stick.
Man, God damn, I hate that shit.
What was that song with 50 Cent?
50 Cent, yeah, that
Candy Shop, man. But it was a big hit though.
It was a big hit, man. They used to play that shit over and over and over.
And next week, hey, you know what I think we ought to do next week?
Hated that shit.
Since everybody arguing over this 50 Cent and Lil Wayne versus, let's come with a playlist, 20 songs of each one of them, and we're gonna do a discussion, a comparison of these songs because, like, I'm torn on that, man. Like Wayne got some heat, but the 50 Cent.
That's a big argument in the group right now. You
say Wayne and 50?
In a 20-song versus.
Man, that's Wayne, man. That's Wayne.
Okay.
In a 20-song versus.
Anybody that's thinking
you don't think 50 could bust 10 songs?
They right rabbit ass mind
that
50 Cent with Lil Wayne catalog.
No, we only talking about 20 songs. Now,
only to do 20, but he got so many songs to pick from.
Yeah. But you got to pick one song.
He got way more than 50, but 50 can get 10 motherfucking bangers.
Are they adding features?
He can get 10. He can get 10.
I am
10 bangers. He can get 10 bangers out of there.
He can get 10 bangers where he had to put up.
So Jeezy, what Wayne gonna come out with? First song.
Go DJ.
What up, blood? What up, cuz? That's one right there.
You said Lil Wayne.
Huh?
You said
right.
Lil Wayne.
I'm gonna come with what up, blood? What up, cuz? 50.
But
it might be.
You saying Lil Wayne gonna come out with that from?
You gonna come out with Lil Wayne, whatever you just said, song, and then I'm gonna counter with what up, blood? What up, cuz? 50.
I'm still going with Go DJ.
Man,
listen.
I'm gonna have to get out on the 50, but I think overall, Wayne.
Now I don't know.
We got somebody in the comments. They saying it's 20 songs. Now,
I don't know what Lil Wayne's gonna do when 50 Cent pull out Many Men.
So round 2, who you gonna drop there, Lil Wayne?
Me, Lil Wayne.
Man, you got.
I would put. I say. I do Loud Pipes.
Wangster. 2-0 50.
You right, because I definitely would do Wayne.
Round 3, who you got? What song?
Steady Mobbing.
In the club. 3-0 50.
No, I'm going Steady Mobbing now. You don't take Steady.
You cannot beat in the club. You can't be in the group.
You got Money on My Mind. You got
Mini Man.
Fireman.
Mini Man.
6'7". You got
You got some shit.
Millie.
Yeah, Millie. You got
Billy gonna be.
Oh, you know what'll be a good matchup if the man I Miss My Dogs, and then
all I'm trying to say is competitive. Wayne probably will win, but niggas act like he gonna blow 50 out the box.
No, he's not blowing them out. He's not.
That nigga Sean Gale just said it's gonna be 18-2, Lil Wayne.
We don't need to paint the picture that he has a chance of beating Wayne because he don't.
Them Louisiana niggas in the group going crazy.
He can't be Wayne.
I think it would be like you know what I'm saying, like 12-8. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I can accept that.
11-9 even. You know what I'm saying?
I can accept that, bro.
It'll be close. You know what I'm saying? So, because they both got back. Like 50 was known for hits.
But how? My question is,
what Wayne gonna do when 50 play PIMP?
My question is, how could 50 play One Blood? I'm thinking about Game song. One Blood. Okay, you talking about what else?
50 got the motherfucking G. He got the G Unit shit. You know
what's the if I die tonight and say, man, they got some hits, bro.
Yeah, what the fuck going on?
I'm messing with this thing. Just I need to stop doing it.
Yeah, you tripping.
Yeah, I'm tripping. I ain't like how the
impromptu editing.
Yeah, it ain't gonna, just finish your conversation. But yeah, that was an interesting matchup. I could see. I would love to see it, honestly. But to be honest with you, I would like to see 50 with
Yeah, he say it's over after the Get Rich or Die Trying album.
But he can't just use one album. But if he could use some,
that's how cold that album is.
Get rid. Okay, so this was a conversation too where people were like,
I ain't got it in the bag.
Do Wayne gotta get rich or die trying?
Carter.
Do he gotta
Carter
get
to me?
Die trying? To
me, it's the Carter.
Carter 1 or 2. They got and it one that left so soft. Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, stunning like my daddy. Like you say,
your mic off, Josh.
I think a better matchup with Wayne would be Kanye. I think Kanye get a nigga motherfucker.
I wouldn't.
Man, Kanye, listen.
Hey, Kanye, I prefer to listen to Kanye more than Lil Wayne.
Listen, a lot of people sleep on that, but it ain't too many people that could fuck with Kanye catalog. Like for real. And I'm talking about he can go hit after hit after hit.
That man got major hits on every album.
And I'm talking about shit that he go to plan to make a motherfucker be like, damn, I forgot about that. Oh, dirt,
One of my favorite songs of all time when Kanye is such a genius when that man used Jeezy ad libs on that. Wait till I get my money.
That's one of my favorite songs. That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
That was supposed to be Jeezy's song.
Produced by DJ Too.
You know that was supposed to be Jeezy's song.
You said screw at first. What'd you say?
That was supposed to be Jeezy's song.
Yeah, that's supposed to be Jeezy's song.
Yeah, he talked about it. I'm
glad he regret
like that.
But I don't think Jeezy would have done it like Kanye. You know what I'm saying? With the energy, that nigga, man, say listen.
Hey, Kanye got so many songs. Kanye.
That's one of my favorite
matter
songs
of fact, when I think about it, who could beat Kanye in a verse?
Ain't too many fucking with him, and people be hush about it. They say, nah, even
it's gonna have to be Jay. It's gonna have to be Jay and Kanye. Anybody else?
I don't think Jay could beat Kanye in a verse.
But that's 20 songs, the only motherfucker they can even compete.
20 songs. It'd have to be probably a Drake or something. Him and Drake, they'll go. But he'll fuck Drake up.
Jay over Drake.
Future.
No,
Future got some hits, man.
He got some
hits. Future got some hits.
Yeah, that's who you can put up against Wayne. Future, because
not against Kanye.
Well, I'm saying I'm putting Future up there with the niggas as far as hits.
Yeah, no bullshit. Future got because he
got hits, but I don't think
he ain't got Kanye hits.
Now he ain't got Kanye hits, but I'm saying that nigga got hits.
Oh, he do got hits. But I would do a Future. I would do a Future and Wayne. I do a Future and Drake. But
Mr. B say T.I. can beat anybody. No, buddy, I can't give you that one.
T.I. can get in there and rumble, man.
He can rumble. He can't beat anybody.
T.I. probably you know what?
T.I. could beat Wayne.
Oh yeah, T.I.
It'd be good.
If
I
I had to choose,
T.I. can't beat Wayne, man.
Yes, he can. If I had to choose to listen between T.I. and Wayne, it's T.I. every single time.
Man, y'all don't remember what Wayne brought?
Hold on. Easy. Go first, T.I.
You say what?
I mean, go first, Lil Wayne against T.I. Go first.
Shit, miss my dogs. But
ASAP.
Man, I miss my
Fireman.
Take that.
24s.
Man, what's the one I just said? Like you said, stunned like my daddy.
What you know about that?
Oh yeah, What you know about that? What you know? I got.
Yeah, hit it with Fireman. It's the Fireman.
A million.
Then he could do Rubber Band Man.
Rubber Band Man.
Lollipop.
What you know? You don't know me. When you see me in the nigga, you don't know me. Hey man, I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm just saying it'll be a good verse.
Y'all gotta keep.
Nigga, who beat Jeezy?
Y'all gotta keep this in mind too. Wayne.
Who beat Jeezy?
Wayne don't typically talk about.
Y'all beat Jeezy? No.
Gucci just beat Jeezy.
Nah, that's a toss up.
That nigga said, listen, he let Gucci get off, and then after he told him, man, one thing about it, two things for sure, nigga. I'm the realest niggas in it. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
I'm the realest nigga in here. Y'all
that nigga said, man, you know what? I did this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
And don't get me wrong, Gucci put up he put up a hell of a fight, but you could just tell the quality. It wasn't fuck with that nigga Jeezy, bro.
Hey,
nigga Jeezy told Gucci, nigga, look.
Gucci. Okay, let me ask y'all this. When y'all hear, let me ask y'all this. When y'all hear,
he took him down through the early.
Okay, when y'all hear this, Dope Boy 95 Air Max song, what you gonna do? You gonna start that bitch over because you can't. Gucci ain't got nothing to make you do that. Gucci ain't got nothing.
When you hear that,
gonna make you start it over.
Listen, when you hear that, we trap or die, nigga.
When you hear that,
bitch, I'm amazing. Look, listen,
bricks.
Y'all gotta.
Bricks.
You know who else who came? Snoop
hard to beat.
Even when you went against BMF, he left out a lot of shit. BMF played all his shit that he can. Snoop had some shit he ain't played, my nigga.
Wayne kill T.I.'s mixtapes go hard.
Nigga, we talking about 25 verses.
You forgot about mixtape Wayne too, though.
I mean, mixtape Wayne is pretty tough.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like them. I'm gonna tell you, I like that damn that No Ceilings. And it was which one? It was the drought when he was talking. The drought when he was talking about it'll be all day with that. But that No Ceilings was so hard.
Yeah.
I actually listened to No
that motherfucker classic.
Like he actually when he did No Ceilings, it almost pissed me off because I couldn't hear the other people's song the same no more.
You know what? Versus Webby versus Plies.
Oh, that'll be so dope. People sleep.
Nah.
Oh, you crazy. People sleep on Plies. Plies still be dropping hits.
Webby do got some Plies do got some shit, man. Plies do got
we talking hits.
Listen.
Plies from 06, 07, 08 was right up under Wayne, my nigga. And niggas better go back and listen to that nigga Plies, my nigga.
He had a good run, but I wasn't really
dropping some shit. But man, Webby just different.
I know. What Webby gonna play when Plies play 100 years?
100 years?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Let me see what Webby could play for 100 years.
When Plies hit him with what's that? Is it My Goons or what's that? We working. What's that song? My Goons working or something like that. Yeah, man, listen.
That'll be a good battle.
And then Webby gonna say, what's that gangster shit?
Man, Webby gonna come with. He gonna come with it.
Nigga, the motherfucker 6'12", nigga Plies ain't got nothing.
6'12". He gonna come with that.
He gonna come with that.
Bad bitch, come on, man.
Nah.
Class,
Tell me what you know about me.
Class,
WEBBBI.
Webby got some shit now.
Yeah, that
You
shit
want
gonna
G
be
shit?
like. I love that
I'ma
when
give
I
it to
love
you.
that.
You want
Is
G
it
shit?
in my car? Is it in my clothes?
That's
Hold
that
on
shit.
the fuck for
That's that
sure.
shit right there. Come
Hey,
on, man.
listen.
Hey, Webby got some
that shit
shit.
gonna go
I
fire.
would thoroughly enjoy that versus.
Yeah, that'd be.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but
But
y'all
then
remember?
both of them niggas funny.
Yeah, hey, y'all remember we had the show. Versus dead. They ain't had one since.
They sure haven't.
They ain't had one since.
They've been in litigation. You understand me?
I thought they sold it to Triller.
Yeah,
They only got one check. They didn't get no money.
it.
They got one check, a little piece of money, and Triller didn't give them nothing after that. And they had went in litigation because they never got paid.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna see them more verses. They was talking about doing Diddy and JD.
Hey,
That's
this
the last one I heard they
say
talking about.
Mixtape 50 outdid people's original songs before Wayne did.
I wasn't really fucking with Mixtape 50 before that. I mean, you know what I'm saying, like that.
I ain't gonna even cap like that. I'm not gonna hold you. I wasn't listening to no Mixtape 50. I'm not holding.
We wouldn't listen to that down south. We listen to the industry 50.
Well, I wasn't.
We fuck with the industry 50. We didn't fuck with
How to rob and all that.
Yeah, how to rob.
Yeah.
That shit was too New York.
How to rob. Cause
Yeah.
that's how
That's
to rob.
what got him on though.
That's what got him on.
Yeah, because he went after everybody. You know what I'm saying? He went after everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that song though. That song.
I like
that song.
Yeah, that song because he went after everybody.
He's such an asshole. I like assholes. I love me some 50 Cent. I know a lot of people don't like him. I like him.
I like 50. I fuck with them type.
Silly ass niggas.
I fuck with bullies and arrogant niggas.
Yeah, I love that shit. Silly ass motherfucker. And still like you can't. He's unwavering. That's what I like.
That nigga King of Houston.
He put together that BMF. You know what I'm saying? So.
Now that's who would be a genius about how he move and do stuff. Him and Kanye. Well, I ain't gonna say Kanye no more.
Why you don't say Kanye? The fuck, Kanye is the most genius person in the industry.
Not how he be moving. Kanye, he get too emotional. 50 don't let them. 50 let that. 50 Cent.
Kanye was tripping because he's seeing his children slowly but surely getting taken away from him, man. He finna bounce back.
Hold on. Even
Even
speaking of that, when he said about that TikTok, like a couple of weeks ago, when his daughter was on TikTok, like Ice Spice with the shit on, and you know how Ice Spice, what she rap about and what she she was imitating her. That further proves his point. You know what I'm saying? It's too much influence on the internet for my kids. I don't want them influenced like that. That proves his point.
That's hip hop though. That's
child, let me tell you.
See, the Lord Sucker was talking about, right?
Halloween, you let the
kids.
What
she was talking about.
Let the kids dress
man, now look at you. See what I'm saying?
Y'all let the kids dress up serial killers and all this old kind of stuff. Now all of a sudden, this girl, why can't North have her little favorite rap artist or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
It's just not that. It's an accumulation of things, man, that he's seeing happening with them wicked ass people over there, them Kardashians, with them kids, man. But anyway, we talk about Kanye for 2 days straight. Yeah. But anyway, Josh, he's left you that night. He been on this side on the see the Lord.
I see that like that's why he paused and he went to coming with that old. Listen, man. We ain't even going back to that show. I was out by myself, man. I see where your antennas was at.
I had brought us back. What you talking about? Shit.
No, we ain't gonna do that. Listen, that's what they want us to do. You're right. You brought us back. That's what they want us to do. They want us to collide.
I was just making the point. I was just asking the question. You know what I'm saying? Is that
now,
what you're talking about?
If me and Dave ain't on the same team, it can go either way. If we on the same team, we can't lose no goddamn way. I'm just sorry.
That's bullshit.
We run the spades table all night.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's your fault for getting on the wrong side of the gun line.
Y'all been calling out debate when we disagree.
That's bullshit.
But anyway, we need to go ahead and get into this hip hop trivia question.
Yeah. What's the trivia?
This week's hip hop trivia question is: what elite Southern MC sung background vocals on TLC's Waterfall song? Y'all try to answer that, and I see a lot of y'all in here watching. Hit the subscribe button.
And the thing about it is, it's kind of crazy because like I want to make a comment. We're gonna let them when we come with the answer. I want to make a comment because the person was in the news this week. You dig what I'm saying? On some bullshit.
So I was right when so that's why Supreme was mad at me because y'all, we was having a conversation when we have these trivial questions. Answering them.
I wasn't mad.
Yeah, you was mad because I said it's either gonna be Andre 3000 or CeeLo Green. Then when I thought about it, I was like, well, Andre 3000, he's melodic sometimes, but he actually can't sing.
The answer CeeLo.
Really be singing, so I said it's got to be CeeLo Green.
And that dumb motherfucker went to Shorty Lowe's birthday party on a horse. And in the mix of him going in there on that horse, if you haven't seen, go catch it. You know what I'm saying? On TV.
You know he been right since he put on that wedding dress.
Listen, this nigga go ride a horse in the club, knowing that the horse gonna be spooked. All these people in here threw his dumb ass. Man, listen, threw him off that.
So CeeLo Green got his big ass up on the horse in the middle of the club.
No, he came in the club on the horse. He got like 3-4 niggas around him. He come in the club.
Some people let him walk this horse through the door.
They let him walk it through the door. At somebody's birthday party. He come in, he go on the dance floor on the horse. He up there like he just the king of Zamunda or some shit. And he come through that bitch and that horse wasn't having it. He say, I'm sick of this shit. Like these people. The horse fell down and chunked him. The horse dropped and threw his ass off, and you see his big ass.
Why he come with that horse and try to make it seem like he the center of attention?
Yeah, I don't know why that nigga came in there with the horse.
How they let him bring that horse in there? And did they make sure the horse had used the bathroom first? Because what if the horse would have just shitted in the middle of the club?
Man, listen, you know money makes shit move. He paid him a good.
Y'all know that horse shit stinks so bad.
Hey man, you know when you think you got a good idea, and you don't turn out how you think it's gonna turn out, man. So,
hey man, that horse his ass, that shit was funny. That horse threw his ass.
On the horse.
Texas niggas can do that with some boots and cowboy looking play and shit. Oh, this nigga come in looking like a gay porn star.
See, in
Texas,
with
no bullshit ass
swimsuit and all this shit. They horse on the expressway in Texas.
Yeah, we would pull it out. We know how to handle that horse. Hey, sit down, boy.
Yeah, I done seen niggas with horses and they have a speaker system hooked up to the horses. And
they could be cripping on horses in Texas, big fat.
That's them H-Town niggas, man. Come on, man.
No, in Dallas Fort Worth area.
You ain't been to the Como parade. You ain't been to Como, them niggas smoking blunts, throwing up crip signs on them horses.
Listen, they got a whole stable down at the bottom in Como, a whole stable. Like in Stop 6 Out Wheelbarger, they got a whole stable.
Then that's wild. That's wild. But so that was CeeLo, huh? CeeLo was singing background on Waterfalls. I never knew that shit though. That was a good trivia though. That was a good trivia question.
I couldn't even hear him on it though. You know what I'm saying?
Some people like freaking in the morning. Some people like freaking at night. You know, like that sound like. They say I'm crazy.
No, it's all
possibly.
That don't
y'all don't know no.
I
love that crazy song. Y'all never heard that? He was in a whole singing group. I forgot. They called Marley or something or whatever. They say I'm crazy.
Cashmere in the building.
R&B at this.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button.
Make sure y'all check out Homeroom Live. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be right back next week. We're doing that. That's our daily show, Homeroom Live. So check us out. You know, it might be early in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, but you know, we just talk about trending topics and shit. So make sure y'all subscribe and show up.
And it may or may not always be daily, but it's a more frequent show.
Hey, Josh, what was Jay Prince doing?
Let me say, yeah, man. Yeah. Old Whack 100 said I was in jail. It just looked like a jail cell.
That nigga gonna get a phone call.
This look like a jail cell.
I'm gonna be on the man's ass at the family reunion.
Hey, listen, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? You gotta calm down, man.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We're about to tune out. Make sure y'all check us out every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all have a good one.
Hip Hop School, Past and Present Podcast.